What's up, guys? Out here chilling in the garage. Shout out to all those people working on themselves. If you're trying to better yourself, shout out to you. You're doing awesome. You're trying to exercise more. You're trying to clean up your diet. You're trying to get on some raw foods. It's hard. Changing your diet is probably the hardest thing we have to do. Changing your diet is the deepest programming on this earth. Is the diet, is the food, the toxic food programming. Because food, this is not even what I was going to talk about, but here I go. Because the food they program us to eat literally destroys the human form. That's why everybody gets diseases which are completely fake. Okay? So we gotta fight it, man. You guys are doing awesome. You gotta keep eating them raw foods. You know what I mean? That's what heals. The hydrating raw foods. That's what heals the body. So anyway, the toxic food program. That's the deepest programming on this earth. It's so strong. Why? Because your food. If you're putting the wrong chemistry in your body, there's only two sides of the chemistry. If you're putting the wrong side of chemistry, the corrosive, the destructive, the dehydrating side of chemistry, acid in your body. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen when we store all these acids? It's going to break down tissue. It's going to cause cancer. It's going to cause your body to misfire. You know what I mean? Your skin's going to be around. You're going to have stuff coming out of your skin. You're going to have skin issues. Right? That's your body trying to tell you something. You're going to have digestive issues. You have pain anywhere in your body. You have pain anywhere in your stomach. That's your body trying to tell you something. Probably that you're severely impacted, because pretty much everybody is, because that's what happens when you eat oats and grains and all this garbage we're not supposed to eat. You know what I mean? You get impacted, and then you're not going to absorb. You're not going to be absorbing. Remember, what is it? Digestion, absorption, utilization. That's a hard one. And elimination. Digestion, absorption, utilization, and elimination. The four main processes of the body, right? So we're not going to be absorbing what we need to absorb if we're all impacted from eating the wrong foods. That's just one issue. And then you go down and go into the acids. Well, we're alkaline forms. We're alkaline base. Like, I can't remember what the number is, like 7.3 or something. I don't know. Anyway, we need alkaline food. Because what do acids do? What happens if you drop acid on your skin? It burns your skin, right? You don't want that. Nobody wants that. Well, what do you think battery acid it would burn your skin, right? What do you think they're pumping into people with cancer? Why don't you check the pH on those? See how low it is. It's burning. It collapses their veins, guys. And they want to inject it right into their aorta now. That's just crazy. Anyway, what I really want to talk about, well, I guess this isn't a 10-minute video. Maybe this will be longer. I was debating putting it on TikTok and making it 10 minutes. I'm just going to be transparent with you. But I was like, I know 10 minutes is probably too long for TikTok. But what if I want to go longer? So I'm doing a freestyle video today. I'll throw it on YouTube and then throw it on TikTok. Hey, if you're watching, if you're listening, if you're grooving, if you're moving, if you're chilling, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. You're doing awesome working on yourself. Just keep going. Never give up. Never give up. That's what the program wants. The program wants you to just give up and eat junk food and binge watch TV and binge watch play video games and listen to just shitty music about terrible things that are on a low vibration, low frequency, that are just wrecking you. You know what I mean? They want you to put all these chemicals on your skin to make you think you're protecting yourself or looking prettier. It's insane. That's the world we live in. That's what they want you to do. They don't want you to be suppressed. They don't want you to be unlimited. They don't want you to be healthy. So anyway, I don't even know. We're just going. Okay, what I really want to talk about real quick was the NFL. Is the NFL rigged? And Taylor Swift. I hate even saying her name because I'm sick of seeing it. I don't know about some of you guys are too. You're like, well, let's talk about, is the NFL rigged? Well, what do you think, guys? You think you're going to have an organization with that much power and that much money and that much influence on the world around it? You know what I mean? You think there's going to be an organization that fits all those, that's not gonna be controlled or have an agenda or be fixing the outcome? Well, come on, of course, come on, you know it. Come on, guys, really, come on, let's get it. Come on, you know they're gonna be rigged, man. Come on, It's too much power. Anything with that much power, it's just like all these actors and actresses are being exposed. Hollywood's going to collapse, guys. It's going to collapse. It is collapsing. Big Pharma is going to collapse. I think these are Casey's predictions. Big Pharma is going to collapse. All you need is you got a big landslide of people eating fruit and raw foods going on right now, and once people understand what people are healing, the more and more people that heal literally everything from changing their diet to the correct diet of the human species, a frugivore diet. Look at these fingers we're picking and peeling. Our anatomy and physiology is exactly, it's a frugivore. It's exactly the same as like a chimpanzee. It's like 99%. There's some chimpanzee or monkey that were like 99 point almost 9 or something, 99% the same as. It's crazy. Anyway, so once all these people that got Kali Muscle is the man, he's out there just doing mono diets, eating fruit. He had a heart attack, and now he's going to he found out, someone gave him the key to absolute health. They said, here's the key to absolute health. You've been doing it the wrong way. He was open enough because of his heart attack to accept that. He said, hell yeah, let's do it. Get on some herbs, or if you got to, you just go all hard on the fruit. You do. If you have some serious health issues, you don't want to hold back. You need to cast aside whatever you got, whatever life obligations you think you have that are not. You need to laser focus and be like, all right, I'm going to go on all fruit. Don't have a choice. If I don't, I'm going to die or whatever. No, you don't have to tell yourself you're going to die, but just say, that's how I'm going to fix this. Going to the medical doctor is not going to fix this. You know what I mean? Taking pharmaceuticals, which just suppress, that's not going to fix this. That's not going to fix it. That's going to make it worse. What you suppress now is your nightmare later. That's what Dr. Morse says, guys. You'll hear me quote Dr. Morse quite often because I've watched lots and lots of hours of his videos, and he's a phenomenal teacher. If you're trying to learn the truth about absolute health and how to heal the body and how the body actually works in the natural God-given way, and not the medical pharmaceutical way, which only want to make money off you and suppress it. Think about if all doctors told people you need to eat raw fruits and vegetables and take some herbs to fix your problem. That's the only way. Then doctors would cease to exist pretty fast, because then everybody would get the general idea, and you wouldn't need to go to doctors. You could have specialists. You need emergency doctors, obviously, emergency surgery, but just generalized. Think of how many people lose jobs. Well, that's just, we can create other jobs easily in organic fruits and vegetables farming, which pretty much half of the population should be doing. There should be some huge initiative to push, there may be, to push organic fruits and vegetable farms. Because that's it, man. Once people seriously start to understand that raw fruits and vegetables literally will put your body into an alkaline healing state, because you can't really heal well when you're in an acidic state. That's why people who have surgeries, who have injuries, who don't heal. If you have a surgery or injury that's not healing, you got to look at your diet. You got to look at what you're eating. You can. Don't let anybody tell you can't heal. You know how many medical doctors have told patients about X, Y, and Z issues they have, or you're stuck with them for life and never gonna. How many doctors have told patients that? Probably all of them. Millions and millions, hundreds of millions, whatever, over the time. And in reality, that was a complete lie. They just didn't want it. But that's how they were taught. They're just programmed. It's okay. We're all programmed. I was programmed like a mother effer, you know what I mean? Wasted lots of years playing video games, guys. I'm not trying to degrade you if you play video games. This is my perspective. And my own perspective, even when I was playing video games, I thought always popped in my head, like, man, if I had read books or positively educated myself that whole time instead of playing video games, you know what I mean? You'd be setting yourself up something sweet, you know what I mean? Instead of doing it later in life like I'm trying to do now. So anyway, is the NFL rigged? Wow, we're going in just all kinds of different tangents. Sorry, guys. This is what happens when I took a small amount to a medium amount of marijuana. You know what I mean? I'm working on getting off that. That's okay, guys. You can't beat yourself up. It's okay. Am I allowed to admit that on video? Yeah, it's legal, right? It don't matter. I don't got a job that cares, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know. See, I'm still stuck in the past program. They got you paranoid for life. Okay? but it helps me think a little better for sure. And when I get to the point where I'm on all fruits, which I'm pretty close to being there basically right now, you know, I mean, I still mess up once in a while. That's okay, guys. Listen, if you're trying to change your diet, even a little bit, you know what I mean? If you fail, there's no such thing as failure. You got to get that out of your head. You got to erase that word from your mind, from your subconscious. You got to get in your subconscious with a special subconscious eraser, and you got to erase that word failure and success while you're at it. Because whether you take a few steps up the ladder or down the ladder, your position is shaky. But if you stand with your 2 feet planted firmly on the ground, you have balance. Something to that effect. That's from the Tao Te Ching. That's crazy, right? Whether you go up the ladder or down the ladder, your position is shaky. Success and failure, man, just get them out of your head. Both of them. There's nothing to do, right? This was in a Ram Dass. I listen to a lot of Ram Dass. You'll probably notice because I quote him all the time. He's a magnificent spiritual teacher because he studied all the main spiritual disciplines like thoroughly, like all of them thoroughly. Like he's listened to them. He knows all about the Bhagavad Gita, about Hinduism and Buddhism, you know, anything, you know, Zen Buddhism, Theravada Buddhism, all the different ones. And the only reason I even know that because I listen to him. But anyway, he's a good teacher. I don't even remember where I was talking. I don't even remember where I was going. Anyway, don't be too hard on yourself, okay? If you're doing something that, you know, if you mess up, but there's no such thing as failure. Just keep going. That's where I was going. There's no such thing as failure. We'll get there. You got to look at everything as a lesson. You got to look at everything as a lesson, right? Everything's trying to teach you something. So you got to take a step back from the thought. That's where the block is for most people. We keep thinking. Thinking takes up all our time. We spend no time observing what's actually going on because we're too busy thinking. We think we always need to think. We're afraid to shut it off because we're addicted to it. So you're taking a huge step if you get to the point where you're purposely trying to stop thinking. That's awesome. Congratulations if you're doing that, man. That's what's up. Or woman, whoever's watching this, kids, you know what I mean? I doubt there's any kids watching, but that's okay. So yeah, shutting that mind off, that's how you do it. There's only really one thing to do, and that's basically stay present. That's it. Nothing to do. And a big thing too, this is really important. This is kind of off topic. Well, I guess there is no on topic, so I guess it's all topics. We got to, I don't even remember what I was going to say. Something about Ram Dass. But you got to stay present. That's it. There's only one thing to do. This is it. You're basically doing everything for God. That's what you're doing. And it doesn't matter what the result is. We don't care what the result is. That's the crazy part. That's hard for a lot of people because we're all attached to results, right? If you make a video or something, I mean, it's hard to like not. I turn likes off on like Facebook and all that stuff. I turn them off. That's just a tool that helps me because that's not why you're doing it. You shouldn't be doing it for the result, right? We're not supposed to be doing a result. We're just supposed to do it because we feel like we're inclined to do it. You know what I mean? And just the result doesn't matter, good or bad. There's no good or bad, right? There's no good or bad. You got to stop looking at things with a label and just look at things accept them as there's something that happens, right? So you shouldn't get worked up if something bad happened because there is nothing bad. It's just something that happens. It's not negative or positive, right? It's just a thing. You just got to observe it and deal with it. That's it. You know what I mean? You don't need to think to do any of that because that's all you really need to do. We over-amplify situations in our head. That's it. So anyway, the NFL's rigged. Get back to that. Probably. I mean, the chances are probably 100% almost. You know what I mean? I'll leave with some deviation in there. You always got to, you know what I mean, 99.9999, I don't know. But, and Taylor Swift, look what Cat Williams just did. He exposed, I mean, I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw some clips. He's sitting there just exposing people and exposing the whole system. And it's like, she's like, yeah, we knew that, man. I mean, you're saying this, so I guess we can take it a little more seriously. But yeah, we kind of knew that, dude. I mean, you don't get to a position of a ton of money, hundreds of millions of dollars. You don't get there and become like super famous unless you're playing the game. That's it. You're control. You're done. You're just a pawn at that point, or you're gonna do what they say. The people who really control the scenes. But what do you think, Taylor Swift? What do you think? She's gonna put her on all these magazines and give her own movie and let her make hundreds of millions of dollars? Like they include that in their deals with people. when you turn your soul over to them, whatever you do. They say, oh, we'll guarantee you $200 million and XYZ. You just got to you're going to do what you say, basically. You're part of the system now. That's it. That's how it works. You know what I mean, guys? So I didn't realize that heater's on. I mean, you can't just think about the money and power. That's all anybody cares about up to when you're up in the elite status. It's like they're going to make sure they have a desired outcome, just like with politics. So, yeah, that's just a couple thoughts I had on that. Had a few thoughts on detoxification. Oh, 15 minutes isn't too bad. I mean, I could keep going, but I'm all over the place. So, man, remember, if you guys are working on yourself, don't give up ever. Just keep going. It's gonna take years. Whatever you're trying to do is probably gonna take. It could take decades. So you gotta get. It's good to try to teach yourself early on to just have your goal, and just failure is not even part of it. It's not even on there because even if you're going 2 steps forward, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, or whatever, that's you're doing it, right? So it doesn't matter. Even if it's going to take you longer than you anticipated, it takes years. A lot of us are going to need a detox for many years. Just imagine eating a food that is completely constipating and acidic and just clogging us up hardcore for our whole lives, which we all did, or are doing, or have done, whatever. I have too. I didn't know any better. Nobody knew any better. I had no idea. I had to learn all this crap on my own. No one told me anything. None of this was in anything mainstream. It's just like it's getting up there now with the herbs. A lot of people are discovering the healing power of herbs. They're Mother Nature's magic healers. And I mean, the raw diets, people are waking up, so it's great. We don't need hospitals, we need pharmacies, we need more raw fruit orchards. So if you're working on yourself, keep going. Never give up. That's the thing. I've been trying to go 100% raw fruits and vegetables. Changing your diet is one of the hardest things you can do in your life. I've been trying to do it for like 4 years. It's taken me a long ass time because everybody's different. Some people can do it overnight. That's awesome. Man, if you can get right to it and you'll be good, man, that's sweet. You got a good deal going. I don't got that. A lot of us have addictions, very deep addictions and cravings and fungal and parasite issues. We all basically have fungus and parasites, man. Come on, you get that from eating dead animals. That's something that happens. You know what I mean? There's lots of different ways to get them, but you know what I mean? Of course, that's going to happen. So we all got to cleanse that. It's going to take you years, man, to get rid of some of these cravings and figure it out. And you're learning that whole time, basically. You're going back to school. You're basically going back to school. Once you start learning about, all the more natural ways to take care of yourself, and you're basically relearning A and P and all this stuff. And this is something that everybody should be taught in schools. If every child was taught, I mean, my opinion on schools is, not great, because I mean, all of us went to public school. I'm not trying to bash public school at all. This is just my experience. A lot of us went to public school, the systems that were in place then or are now, I don't know, right? And we're not a big fan of it. And we're like, wait a minute, they're not teaching us. And then when you get out, you're like, wait a minute, they don't teach us anything we need to know. What are they teaching us? Who knows? I don't remember. I have nightmares about writing essays. I hated writing essays. It's a 12-page essay. What are we doing with that? What's the point of that? There's no point in that. I didn't need to do any of that. It did nothing for me. I don't write essays. And if I wanted to write something long form, I could. It's not that hard. I don't need to write 6,000 essays on these books that are just completely pointless. You know what I mean? And that's one of the biggest things about NFL. Let's bring it back around real quick, even though I thought I was done. Well, NFL is bread and circuses. It's just a massive distraction. You don't think one of the most, and the Super Bowl is one of the most watched events, right? You don't think something with that much power to catch attention is going to be controlled? Come on, guys, come on. You know it's going to be controlled. You got to be kidding me. We got to think about this rationally. It's hard. It's a hard thing to do. We got to break out of old programming that won't let us think rationally. That's why some people just don't think fruits and vegetables are good for you. I don't know, man. Who knows? You know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard to see things. It's hard to see things rational. If we had no weapons, tools, or fire, how would we approach getting our meat? This is how I always think about it. I'm just thinking of things from like the most basic, most natural standpoint I can. Like, yeah, if we were just like wild humans with nothing and just living in the woods, basically an animal, we'd be eating fruit. for sure. Picking, look at our anatomy. The way our anatomy is the same as, eat the fruit and leaf eaters, basically. A little bit of nuts and seeds, but nuts and seeds really are for birds, you know what I mean? A little bit, it's not, it's fine, but even beans, like stuff like that, we shouldn't have to cook anything, dude. You just eat. Animals don't cook anything. Think about it. That's all I think about. That's the one thing I go back to whenever. It's not even a question for me anymore. I've just like accepted this is how it is. That's where I am, because it's like you can only see so many people endlessly basically start eating raw foods and immediately start to get better, because that's just how the body works. The body's like, thank you. Or it's going to have some severe detoxification systems. So a lot of people think it's the wrong diet because they're not familiar as much as they should be with how the body works and what's going to happen when you start eating the right foods and alkalizing the body. So they get scared and they said, oh, that's not working. I had some old pain come back. Well, that's going to happen during detox. Your body's going to be pushing stuff out. You got to put the rolled up a t-shirt or whatever in your mouth and just bite down and start screaming, man. That's that's not going to invite too many people to detox, but that's not that bad. It depends. It can get, you know what I mean? There's waves. It's not like all at once, but like you could be just eating real good for a while. All of a sudden you're just like bedridden for like 3 days, like or almost, but like if you feel like you're like terrible and your body's going to push out stuff in waves when you detox. But I mean, imagine pumping a body full of poison and garbage for our whole lives that we didn't realize. No, that's how we were programmed. That's the world we live in today, unfortunately. And then we were like, oh, now we got to start cleaning ourselves out. Thanks. So now I got to clean almost 40 years worth of shit out of me. This is awesome. Hey, but you're going to start to feel better and better when you do it. You're going to start to understand what percentage water is the body. I don't know. You think I would know this, 70%, 90%, I don't know. But you don't think we need hydrating foods? You know what I mean? That's just a rational thing for me. You definitely need hydrating foods. And frugivores don't even drink water. Dude, when I was doing good, I'm getting better. I'm getting up there again with all my raw, all the fruits, you know what I mean? I'm messing up less and less. That's always good. I mean, it's going to happen. I went 131 days straight last year, 30 days of grapes on the end of it, you know what I mean? And I felt great on the grapes, man. I got to get back on the grapes. I'll tell you what, if you guys haven't done all grapes, definitely give it a try. If you're at that point, you know what I mean? You just got to play with it. Just do a couple days if you can. Man, the level of clarity I experienced was pretty awesome. So I'm getting back there on all fruit too. I'm real close. I'm right now I'm doing mostly fruit, right? Pretty much 90% fruit. And then I eat veggie fruits. Those are the veggies I eat, like zucchinis or cucumbers. I'll do fruit all day. Try to start with the juicy fruits. The juicy fruits are the most detoxifying and hydrating. So, I've been doing a lot of persimmons. I do a lot of juices in the morning. Like I've been doing 32 ounces of lemon water in the morning, and then with some herbs, some parasite herbs, because those suckers are nasty. You can feel them dancing around in your underbelly. Woo! They give you the tickles. You know what I mean? Come on now. Woo! Come on now. Those little critters inside you. Come on. You don't feel them. The full moon especially. Man, the full moon, they come out to party hard, man. I don't know how this fake satellite, space station moon can affect the parasites inside me. But that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? If you want me to take it to the next level, I don't know. Who knows? But you know what I mean? They come out. So I got the list of herbs from Dr. Morse's parasite formula. He's got awesome herbs. I've got lots of herbs from him. But I just try to get into making myself because it's not that hard, really. You can make it way more for cheaper. You just go online and find a good herb store, bulk herbs. Look at the herbs that are in the herbal supplements that people make. Then you buy them. I buy an ounce each usually, and then I mix them up, blend them up, put them in capsules, or you can just take it with a drink. Or you can make tinctures. You just soak them in alcohol. I was going to do that, but I think I'm changing my mind. I think I'm going to go either to the capsules, or I'm just going to blend them all up super fine, super duper fine. And then I'm going to just put a dosage into my drink, my orange juice. Orange is on sale this week, so I'm going with orange juice. I got kicked into a detox from orange juice, guys. Let me tell you this. I'm not even drinking that much. Well, I'm starting the day with 32 ounces of lemon water, and then usually some Heal All tea, and then 32 ounces of orange juice. That's a decent amount of orange juice. I was going to drink 2 or 3 of those because they're on sale. I'm only drinking one. And then I was doing a lemon ginger blast. That's like today. And then I do, usually when I eat, I try to go with some grapes if I can. It's juicy fruits. And then I go to dates, which aren't really juicy, but that's all right. It doesn't really matter, honestly. Anything that's fruit is, these are just what I'm doing personally. I'm just letting you guys know. Any fruits, it doesn't even matter. Or vegetables, really. If you can keep it raw or keep it as close as possible, keep working on it. If you got any health issue whatsoever, even if it's a little thing you want to get rid of, you got to get up there on the raw. You got to get all the way up there. You're gonna have to get all raw. You know what I mean? You're not gonna be. You might be able to detox a little if you're having steamed veggies, but you gotta get all the way up there, and your body will start pushing it out. Or to get into water fasting. You know what I mean? A lot of people water fast. Some people can do it. It's another thing some people can do easily, and some people have trouble with it. They work on it. I haven't done much of it. I've done a 2-day water fast. I was gonna do a 3, but I got severe cold and flu-like symptoms, which is normal from water fasting, but I had to be able to take care of my son and do stuff around the house, which I couldn't. I was literally so tired that all I could do was like sit there like, because I had the flu. My head was killing me. My whole body was killing me. I was like, holy shit, this is just from 2 days not drinking water. Your body just pushes that shit out. So I definitely want to do a longer one of those when I have an appropriate time where it's okay for me to be incapacitated for maybe a few days and not have a lot of energy some of the other days, because that's what happens frequently when people do water fast. You're just basically chilling. Some people, if they've been doing it a long time, they're really clean. They could probably get some energy and start give it up and give it a go. You know what I mean? I drink a lot of juice. I might do some more juice. I'm definitely gonna do some more juice fasting. Juice fasting is good because once you get after a few days, dude, just drinking juice, I mean, it gets easier, and you're just in a routine, just like making the juice, drinking the juice, chilling. Like, you don't gotta worry about food, prepping anything. Well, obviously you gotta do the prep during the juicing. You gotta realize when you do a juice fast, you gotta give, unless you're buying it from someone who's making it, which you could definitely do, but that's gonna be a lot more expensive. But it's really not that bad to make it, and you just make it a part of your process. It's part of your healing process. It's just like part of my day is spend an hour or whatever it is to make juice, and just wash everything, cut everything, whatever, get the ingredients ready, throw them in the juicer, and then you're good all day. You don't got to do anything else for food. And you get super clean, you get super light, you know what I mean? You're hydrating all the old mucoid plaque inside of you. That's how you clean out your GI tract. That's one of the things everybody needs to do, is clean out their GI tract, because that's how you absorb stuff, and that's one of your channels of elimination. Basically, you want to make sure you're eliminating right, and you don't got stuff stuck in there, and you can absorb food properly. You know what I mean? And that's connected to the head. That's how you drain the head of all the mucus and all the toxins we got stuck in our head and our brain, all the heavy metals and crap they injected into us. You know what I mean? That's how we drain that. We got to clear out the GI tract, then you can start draining the head. But those son of a guns, the doctors took out my tonsils when I was 18, and because I kept getting tonsil infections, but I had no idea. No one told me. I didn't know back then. It happens to pretty much all of us. They didn't tell me. It was probably because I was drinking a shit ton of milk and eating Hot Pockets. You know what I mean? They didn't tell me it could be that. They said, well, you keep getting infections. It must be a problem with your tonsils. There's no such thing as cause and effect. No way. You're definitely not eating too much acid. No, they didn't tell me any of that. Oh, no. They just took my tonsils out. And now it's going to be super hard for me to drain my head. They can still do it. But those are the main lymph nodes that drain the head. So it's like, now, you can grow them back. This is the thing. Anything's possible. People grew back toes. People grow back organs. People grow back teeth. After 6 years, one guy grew back his wisdom teeth. Your body, just think about if you get your body in the absolute highest, cleanest state, we can heal anything anyways, but think of how quickly we could heal and even regenerate tissue, or you know what I mean, like seriously regenerate. But yeah, that's how it works, guys. And if you can get on the raw food and stay on there for long enough to get clean enough, we get to absolute energy. There's lots of examples of that. You get to unlimited energy. Basically, they talk about all these people have been on the fruit for years. Are like, man, I can just keep going and going and going. I hardly need any food, because we really need hardly any food. We're just like programmed to eat and overeat and way overeat, because it's everywhere and people want to make money. Everything's about making money. So it'd be nice to live in a system that existed. If we can get humanity into such a high state where we can exist without even needing money, with having such just the systems are so centered to centered with the divine, because that's how the majority of the society is. That everything's taken care of perfectly, you know, I mean, in the highest sense possible. The food systems, the living systems, how we interact with the earth, where we live, instead of trashing it and just have these factories everywhere, and just to make money. You know what I mean? It had nothing to do with the goodness of the earth, or else they wouldn't be there. So anyway, I don't even know. We were going all over the place. 30 minutes. Oh man, we're really cranking today. Hey, if you guys need something to listen to, or if you're interested in learning about a lot of spiritual practices, meditation, and anything psychological, you know, self work, self help, whatever, anything that in that area, Ram Dass. Check out some Ram Dass lectures. He has got a ton of them because he just lectured for decades. He studied all this stuff. He went to India. He had this guru, Maharaji, Neem Karoli Baba, who's awesome, man. He basically could do what Jesus did. He was basically always in the present moment. So he was completely connected with the divine. And he basically had all these cities where he could travel instantly, or basically teleport. Then there's a whole book of examples of this. It's called The Miracle of Love. It's all about stories about Maharaji. It's excellent. And he could make food basically come out of nowhere and feed like mad people out of like hardly any food. And he could make, you know, he could do anything. He knew exactly what was happening everywhere all the time. He's connected to the universal consciousness, basically. He would know what happened in Ram Dass's life when he wasn't there, even to the minute details, to the point where Ram Dass didn't have to tell him anything, because he knew, because he was just everywhere all the time. You know what I mean? He was just basically a complete vessel for the divine, and that's what we can get to. Well, through these levels of purification that a lot of us are on the journey of right now. We can get there. You just got to keep on the raw foods, which I think are the foundation of clearing out all the congestion, even energetic congestion, which is why meditation is important as well, because that can help us do some emotional release type stuff. And breath work has also been helpful. I got to get back into breath work, but if you're not doing breath work, maybe start looking into that as well. It's really easy. It doesn't have to be complicated. I think like the Wim Hof method. Check out the Wim Hof method. That's cold showers and then 3 rounds of basically deep breathing and holding your breath. It's really easy. Cold showers take some getting used to. I've been getting back into those. I did it for a long time straight, and I was like, I know it's good for me, but I'm gonna just as kind of a personal note, you know, test for myself. I'm gonna stop taking cold showers and see if it makes any difference in how I feel or anything. Whether I can notice it, like with my senses, you know, like I actually notice it. No, I couldn't. I have no idea, but I know they're good for me. You know what I mean? I'm definitely I've seen the studies and stuff, and all the people like on Wim Hof. You know what I mean? It hardens your mind for sure. It's one of the big things I noticed about cold showers. It hardens your mind, because you got to stop thinking. You can't think about going into the cold. You just got to do it. It's like, so it's a good tool or activity to harden the mind. And you know what I mean? Blood flow, contrast showers. Hot and cold showers are good. You start hot and then go cold. That's good for the lymphatic system. And you got to help with massage the back of the neck. So that's all good stuff, guys. If you're working on yourself, keep it up. Never stop. Never stop till you pop to the top. You know what I mean? Until we're just God's divine love pouring forth out of us. And then that's like Maharaji, basically. He had a diary. Maharaji, Ram Dass's guru. Go listen to some Ram Dass. How many times I gotta say it? Come on, guys. No, you don't have to. He's just awesome, man. He's got some awesome stories. You guys, I'm sure you guys would love the stories. Everybody would. He's had such an eventful life, because you know what I mean. And that's why he's such a great teacher. He teaches basically about himself. He uses himself as the example. But he's awesome. Maharaji was pretty powerful, and he was always in the present moment. You know what I mean? He was basically he got there. His diary, Maharaji's diary, every day, 2 pages, he would write Ram, 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 Ram. I was just like, God, God, God. That's it, man. That's where that guy was. Like, whew, lined up, man. Ready to knock him down. You know what I mean? Imagine if we could have a vast amount of people who could get to the point where we are basically a realized being. what the whole world could look like with the impact of that high of a vibration energy. And I mean, you just keep multiplying basically until you have a whole world of like Ra, I guess, and the law of one, the Ra contact, where they're channeling, or that woman's channeling Ra, this six density social memory complex. That's the word I was thinking of. Six density social memory complex. That sounds confusing. It is a little confusing if you're not familiar with it. But basically, I'll break it down real quick. I guess we're still going. There's different densities. If you're not familiar with the densities, they're pretty cool. Like we're third density. This physical plane, humans and everything around us physical, is a third density. That's the level of our vibration basically. Second density is animals. First density in plants, animals and plants. First density is like rocks, I guess, and like just matter. You know what I mean? Not conscious beings. Fourth density is above this. We can't see fourth density beings. They could be right next to us, but they're right here. Fifth, sixth, seventh. I don't even know how many there are. Seventh, eighth, I think 8 or 11 or 12, who knows. And then they go up, and then every density has a sub-density and 8 sub-densities, and it just goes basically infinitely everywhere. So that's where we're at. That's the law of one. That's Ra. He's a 6 density social memory complex. So think of what level he's on to be 6 density. He basically says that they came from the Venus area or something, like over 1 million years ago. This is the guy who's channeling through this woman, Carla Rucker. And Professor Don Elkins, a paranormal researcher, is asking Ra questions through Carla. So here's Ra, wherever in space, I guess. Carla's right here. Professor Don Elkins right here asking through Carla, because he's channeling Ra questions about everything you can imagine, the universe. And it's super cool. It's some of it's super heavy, because imagine if you want to let's take the view of it is a 6 density social memory complex named Ra. Then there's some heavy shit coming through. You know what I mean? He's not going to mess around. He's going to just throw it. He doesn't care. He just knows the whole universe, basically. And basically his message in those books, his whole message is that we're all one. We're all unified under the infinite creator, God's like love, basically. And that's what you do everything for. And basically anything, if you're doing something negative or positive, you're still doing it for the infinite creator, because it's like just basically because it's all one. You know what I mean? It's just 2 different roads in going to the same house. You know what I'm saying? So that book is super interesting, super interesting. You guys check it out. That's another thing I recommend. If you haven't looked at it at all, it could be really heavy if you're new to this kind of stuff. That's just from my experience. Maybe you won't have such a hard time with it. But same with the book of Enoch. That can be really heavy to wrap your mind around what goes on that side of that book. If you're not as familiar with it, like I was, I just jumped into it. I'm like, woo, that fried my brains are straight fried. Man, my brains are fried anyway, guys. Don't worry about it. Listen, you can regenerate anything, guys. Don't even worry about a thing. You know what I'm saying? I have such a step back view of health things, because I've been studying this detoxification for so long and practicing it, that like nothing really worries me. I mean, as much as it worries other people, because the only perspective most people have is from medical doctors. Like, you get cancer, you're screwed. You know what I mean? You gotta go chemo. No. You don't gotta do any of that. It's actually it's quite easy. You just eat raw fruits and vegetables like nature intended, because we're frugivores. And then guess what? Your body automatically knows how to heal itself if we stop putting garbage in there. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy how that works. Yeah, but it actually works. It's real. It's a real thing. A little 8-year-old, 9-year-old girl that learned from Dr. Morse cured her leukemia. She's on videos. Go check her out. And then she teaches other kids how to do it by eating what? Fruits and taking herbs. Yep. Because that's how the body works. People heal their cancer all the time. People heal themselves with herbs and fruit. It is not a myth. It is not a conspiracy. They might want you to think that, but it is real. And people survive off of all fruit. Not only do they survive much longer with no health issues, because the body is in the highest healed, hydrated, electric state. That's why fruit is so important, because it is the highest energetic foods for the human that raise the vibration of our cells, basically. Come on, guys. Grapes are good, man. Eat grapes. I gotta go to the store soon at some point. I limp. If you're eating raw, you're gonna have to go to the store a lot. It's part of life, man. I'm there like every day, every 2 days, hitting up Aldi's. Aldi's guys. Yes, I know it's not the highest quality produce, but greasy Ricky. Oh, here comes big man Cal, Buzz Lightyear. What up, Buzz? What's going on? What are you doing?
I just
What are you doing, Buzz?
played Mario Kart and watched the show.
You played Mario Kart and watched the show. It must be your lucky day, dude. We've been tearing up Mario Kart, huh? Tearing it up. Who's your favorite character in Mario Kart?
I like be Yoshi.
Oh, you know what? He likes to be brothers. So we're both Yoshi. We're like red Yoshi or black Yoshi or whatever, blue Yoshi. And then we're brothers and we race. It's pretty fun. What are you guys doing? You making something? What you making? Potatoes? Let's go see what Doris is doing. This is no limits. This is a no limit show. It's not just a garage show. We're going inside. Doris is making some potato bowls for the guacamole, right?
Yep.
Oh, they're wicked good. You just hollow out some potatoes and you roast them. Is that what you're doing?
Yep.
What's on them? Oil?
Cumin, paprika, salt, pepper, garlic, and olive oil.
There you go. You're roasting them at 400?
Yep.
For how long?
20 minutes.
20 minutes. So you got that recipe, if you're paying attention? 20 minutes, 400 degrees. You put some spices on it, some oil, and you throw them in there, and then you throw your guacamole in there. That's a Whole Foods. You know what I mean? That's a Whole Foods meal. If you're sticking to Whole Foods, that's great. Whole Foods is great. And you know what I'm saying? Anything's better than processed. So, what's up, buddy? What's up? Cal has a message for you guys. What's up? What's the message?
This.
What's the message? Hey, do you want me to make you a banana dragon fruit smoothie?
Yeah.
Yeah!
You can make it.
If you guys haven't had a banana dragon fruit smoothie, pretty good.
I show my toys.
Okay, show me your toys. Let's go. This is a Cal toy tour. Here, let me flip the camera. Oh, snap. Go ahead, show them. I'm recording you. Go ahead, show them your toys. Let's see what you got, dude. What's Buzz Lightyear been playing with? Whoa. Is that Duke Kaboom? He can do a 6 stunt. Show us a 6 stunt with him. Let me see. Whoa, that was so sick, dude. He did like a flip or something. What are you going to say? Go ahead, say something.
I'm a Lightyear.
What? You're Buzz Lightyear? Yeah? What else?
I'll try to tripod like
We can make applesauce. You want to make applesauce?
Yeah, I need to do that to the applesauce.
You want to do that to the applesauce? I don't know if we need to record the applesauce, buddy. I gotta end this video. It's already too long.
I can talk to him.
Okay, you talk to him.
Dad.
So.
You can talk to him too.
Okay. Oh, this is my man Cal. He's the man. He's Buzz Lightyear. He's the man of the hour. Tomahawk Power. What do you think, buddy? You think we're gonna go to Mars someday? You want to visit Mars and his rocket ship? You think that'd be cool?
No, I'm Buzz Lightyear. I can fly to the Mars.
There you go. Perfect. That's the perfect answer. He's Buzz Lightyear. He can fly to Mars. He doesn't need a rocket ship. On that note, have a good day, guys. Keep on keeping on. And, yeah.
I'll press the button.
Press the button, buddy.
What's it?
He's going to press the button. No, the square one. The square one.